I hate to use this kind of term because I see people on Twitter and YouTube say this a lot, and I think it's ugly, but it's kind of true. Like you either make the easy baby mode fighting game to get the people in to attract everyone to play, and then everyone starts playing it, because making the hard fighting game that's going to be too difficult to get people into, kind of like a 2SKO, is going to basically get the niche players, the sweaty tag player to play, but then it's not going to be able to sustain itself because the newer players are the more so casual players aren't going to be really interested in getting, left right mixed by this guy who has like 18 different mix ups also as one hit kind of thing.
That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm saying is,
Okay.
if that's all you're offering, then your product will fail. I think that's a much lower priority. I don't think the gameplay fucking matters, is my point. If they're focusing on gameplay, people don't give a shit about that. They want content. They want 30 or 40 league characters to pick their favorite champion. They want to press the super button and be like, wow, I like this character and that move. It looks so cool. Whatever you do to tweak the frame advantage on the mix-up and that shit does not matter, because that is the end of the funnel. That is the end of the funnel. The problem is the funnel that is developed with 2XKO, it's already this tiny, tiny funnel. You need to have the giant opening in the beginning to capture the eyes, ears, and imaginations and the hearts of the people. And 2XKO does not have that. It does not have that, like, just inspiring awe, imagination, creativity. It just does not have that at all. And that's a lack of content. Maybe if they had 40 different fucking characters, they could have more of that appeal. It's too small, too niche, not enough stuff for people to dabble in. The high-level gameplay can be as degenerate and as fucking stupid as you want. That doesn't matter. Like, that to me doesn't matter. But if that's all you have, then you better make that appealing. I do think it matters if that's all you have. If that's the only thing you have is the gameplay, it needs to be a lot more readable. If you make enough of a product to attract casuals, you can do whatever you want at the high level. I think that's a much lower priority, the gameplay. You need something to capture the minds of the people. And I think this game doesn't have it. That's my critique of the game. And I like the game. There's 12 characters.
I mean, I like
Am I wrong?
Too. Yeah, I mean, to me that was my biggest complaint too. Is there's only 12 characters. What are you gonna do? But I don't know. To me, I get your complaint, and like I said, the 12 character thing is never gonna not matter. And like obviously, we were complaining since it was 10, but I do think partially it is the gameplay. I get like you can't see, oh man, cool super, but even for then, to me it's like name, I guess appeal. I don't know. A lot of people's actual favorite champions, like Lux, I know isn't there, but to me that's just all with time. Like I said, time is gonna. If that's the main complaint, time's gonna heal that in like no. Well, let me not say no time because 2028 is super far away, but time will heal that eventually. That's why I don't understand that kind of approach, right? Because it's gonna happen. Yeah, that's like saying 2SKO sucks now, but in 2028 we wouldn't even recognize the game basically.
I kind of agree with you there, but I mean, time ran out, I guess, right? It's hard for me to judge for Riot. This game was in development for 10 years, and they launched with 12 characters. I don't know what went wrong, or if they're going to release with this small of a core product, I think that raises the concern or the scrutiny of the gameplay itself. Because they released with only a competitive-focused, gameplay-focused product, then the scrutiny of the gameplay matters a lot more. And I think the scrutiny of the gameplay failed that vibe check where it's very complex, hard to follow, and it lacks, I think it's the sound design. That's my biggest critique. It lacks an oomph. It lacks some kind of X factor that makes people drawn in. Viewership is down. People's eyes glaze over when they watch it because it's hard to follow. And I think that could be improved with time also. And if they had more content and characters, then it would be more excusable because you have more casual stuff to delve into. More like there's other ways to mitigate this, right? Like, and they didn't find any of those ways. And it's been 10 years, and so Riot's making that calculation. It's insane after release. If you ignore the history of 10 years of development, it's insane to make this decision 3 weeks after release. But with that context, maybe the writing was on the wall for them. It's hard to know. I mean, I wish this game had more time to cook post-official release, but they did have a long time to try to prepare a package to come out with a strong launch, and it just didn't deliver, right? Hopefully you enjoyed that trash talk or extra trashy clip. If you want to see the full episode that clip came from, go ahead and click the link right over here. Otherwise, YouTube thinks you might enjoy this video right here. And for the trashiest amongst you, we get the merch right over there.
Yeah, that's right.